KPRC2's Robert Arnold was out with crews, and he joins us now live with an update on their search efforts. Robert.
Tim Miller has set up a base of operation for the dozens of Texas EquuSearch volunteers he's brought to this area. Bulldozers and chainsaws had to cut pathways through the debris fields deposited along this part of the river, which in turn may be concealing victims.
You know, these debris piles are huge, so going through them is slow and tedious. And we got a lot of equipment here, we got a lot of people here, we got chainsaws here, and of course there's mules to go ahead and get us around.
Tim Miller says the amount of debris churned up by the floods will take weeks to examine. While bulldozers can cut down the size of piles 30 feet tall, the work has to be done slowly and delicately. Spotters on the ground watch carefully for signs of victims. I mean, have you ever really had a search quite like this?
You know what? The only time I had one like this was when I took 18 people to Sri Lanka after the tsunami. And so this is a reminder of a lot of things that we've seen over there. The debris, the vehicles we found, the RVs that we found, I mean, it just goes on and on and on. You know, at times you say, where do you start with all this stuff? What is priority? And then where do you stop?
Along with the backbreaking work of digging through debris piles is the slow, careful work of walking the riverbank. Personal items are put into piles to hopefully help identify the missing. Knowing this work is far from over, Miller is watching his team closely for signs of physical and emotional fatigue. How long do you think you'll be out here?
I don't know, Robert. You know, I think we'll be here until we feel as though we've exhausted every resource we have, or if we get to that point where we're just physically and emotionally wore out and we're not being effective. You know, I don't want to be out here unless we can be effective, and we want to be an asset, not a liability, and so far I believe we've done a pretty good job of that. How much longer can it go on? I don't know. I don't have that answer. I wish I did.
Miller and Texas EquuSearch volunteers hit the ground on Saturday. They were up in Ingram, and now they've worked their way down to Center Point. Miller says in the time they've been here, they've helped recover 7 victims. Reporting live from Center Point, Robert Arnold, KPRC 2 News.